Hello and welcome back to the UK Gaming League. I am Rubica and this is my co-caster Superior JT. And the pick and ban phase is already well underway. And yeah, first ban out we see from UoB is Lich, and that's not really surprising. He's been kind of, I guess, first ban for a couple of weeks now, ever since 6.79.
Yeah, we also see the Timbersaw ban again. Like, we saw that last game, and it just goes to show how good Timbersaw is in the current meta. And then we're also seeing an OD ban as well, because he's just so good mid.
And the first pick Nature's Prophet. Now, I don't want to say that's really weird. It's fallen off a little bit recently because of the nerf to the, well, actually the increase in bounty in XP and gold of his treants, which are basically his entire early game. But it's still really good. It's still really good in the off lane when you disrupt the other team's lane. And so I can really see what they want to do with this. They're obviously wanting to disrupt whatever carry they decide to build. I mean, not build, to pick. And just try to get a big advantage off that. He can also help split push really well into the mid and late game. So I think that's kind of the strategy they're going to want to go for, is really pushing hard. And the first pick out is going to be a Bane by UoB. Now, we saw this support last game, actually, and she did pretty good. Or he, or whatever.
So we got a Bane and a Lifestealer. Now, both of those together are really going to do a lot of good work. Probably in a tri-lane, or maybe even just a dual lane. I mean, Bane's pretty good at doing a little bit of harass, zoning out. But also, like, just when they're both level 6, they do so well together just for pickoffs and stuff like that. And also by taking Bane and Lifestealer, it really just gets rid of having that much disable for the other team to pick up against Lifestealer. Now all there is for them is a Batrider, like if they really want to focus down that Lifestealer.
And really, I don't know if they're going to pick up the Batrider because, again, this is not pro-level Dota, and I've seen a lot of people who are only moderately good at Dota like you and me who really have trouble playing the Batrider because he is a difficult hero, especially with the fact that he keeps getting nerfed and nerfed. He's just so weak now if you can't play him properly.
Right. His basic attacks are really just weak. Like, especially with the latest parity update. And like, the only damage he's really going to be doing as, like, just from right clicks is going to be whenever he's getting enough stacks on the enemy. And even then, it's only going to really be effective early game.
So we'll see what this last pickup, or second pickup from Universal Challenges, and it's a Rubik. So they want to get that Fiend's Grip off. And that's kind of why I'm surprised they went with the first pick Bane, and like didn't ban out the Rubik, because now he's going to be able to lock down the Lifestealer if he wants to. So,
yes.
I don't know. Bit of a misban, I guess.
Yeah, having Rubik on the team is definitely going to make up. They're not going to have to pick up Batrider now, because having that Fiend's Grip now just stolen on the Rubik is definitely going to turn around fights. You see Bane use his ult, or Bane use her ult, and then Rubik takes the ult, and then uses it right on Lifestealer. I mean, that's really going to start turning around fights. It's definitely going to make it a little bit confusing as, like, I feel like it's going to start a little bit of confusion in the team fight, just like, what are we going to do at this point? Because now we have both of our big guys just being disabled.
Now, here's an interesting thing I just thought of. You've seen the Oghanims upgrade. I'm sure most of our viewers have seen the Oghanims upgrade for Rubik, but for those of you who have not, Rubik recently got an Oghanims upgrade that allows him to have a 5-second cooldown on his spell steal. Now, they just banned out the puck. I'm kind of wondering if we're about to see a solo mid Rubik, maybe?
I'm not so sure about that, because if they really wanted to do that, they'd have to ban all the mids.
Like, well,
I'm not joking.
UoB just banned out Queen of Pain for them, so...
I know, it's definitely something. I feel like what Universally Challenge is trying to do is they're trying to get rid of the good mid so that they can at least get something that's decent mid, and while not letting UoB have a really good advantage in that mid lane. I don't really see Rubik going for mid because, like, nowadays in the pro scene, like, you don't really see Rubik mid. You see him as a support, and like, he's really good as a support because of his levitation ability. Yeah. He doesn't have very good control mid lane. Well, there's another Storm Spirit ban.
There's another mid ban. I don't know. Again, it's maybe it's just that I really want to see a Rubik mid, because I haven't seen one since TI2 when Dendy played it. But I don't know. That's just what I want to see. Maybe it will just be a support Rubik. Maybe they'll go for something like the Elder Titan. We'll see. I think I can't really read the back and forth, the ban pick thing. I think they have first pick though after this phase. So
another possibility to think about is like, oh, let's get rid of all the good mids, and then we could pick up, I don't know, Bloodseeker, something pubby. I don't know.
Ooh, I'd like to see a Bloodseeker. Oh, that got me excited. And there goes a Weaver, so that's a ban out for both the mid and the offlane. So there's a lot of mid hate right now, and they pick up a Troll Warlord. Now this will probably be played mid. Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely.
Having that Troll and a Lifestealer on the same team is definitely scary. You have Troll's ult, and then you have Lifestealer right-click damage. So we can see this this team wanting to go into the late game, and by having the Nature's Prophet on universally challenged, they're probably going to be forced into the late game.
Yeah. Again, I'm feeling it looks like well they'll be able to push pretty well with the Troll Warlord. It looks like they're going to want to play more of a almost team fighty thing with Lifestealer and Bane. And universally challenged is going to want to go for split push. And while I did say that, they did just pick up the Razor for UC, and that's been played mid for quite some time. So I imagine that's where he'll be against the Troll Warlord. So he'll have a pretty good time there. Yeah, he'll have a pretty good time there, I think. He won't lose too hard if he loses at all, or he'll probably win.
Right. And having Razor on UC, that's definitely going to help out against the Lifestealer. It definitely decreases the amount of threat you have of the combo of Troll's ult with Lifestealer, because Lifestealer just won't be dealing any damage. And now we got a Chen pickup for UoB.
So maybe I'm wrong. I said it was probably going to be really pushy for UC, but maybe it's starting to turn the other way. With the Troll Warlord, with the Chen, maybe they're going to want to push early and try to take the early game advantage at this point.
I don't see too much of a push, but I definitely do see a lot of team fight potential here, especially with Chen. I mean, just using all those neutral creeps, he's probably... We can expect ganks mid from Chen, most definitely, with Trolls and probably Centaurs. And just having those in team fights is definitely going to help out.
But again, if he did pick up something like the, I don't know, the Troll Shaman, which allows him to spawn more skeleton creeps and push towers, or if he picked up a Wildkin and used his Tornado, that'd really help push too. So again, I think Chen's really an all-around good pick. His problem is that he has a really, really low skill floor and a really high skill ceiling. So he's a little bit hard to get into, but I feel that they'll probably do a good job with him. So we'll see what this next pick...
One thing that is a problem with the Chen pickup is Nature's Prophet's most definitely going to go for a Midas, and having that's definitely going to decrease the amount of a threat that Chen actually is.
Yeah.
And now we see a Darkseer picked up by UC.
So that'll obviously be in the offlane. So this is going to be, well, I don't know anymore. That's really weird. That could be a mid Darkseer?
What I'm seeing right now is we still have the possibility of them picking up a carry. We could get Nature's Prophet in the jungle and have Razor either mid or easy lane. It really depends on what they pick up next.
Yeah.
Because really, the way they're picking right now is actually really good because it's confusing the other team. So it's like, oh, they're going to pick a hard carry, when they might actually just pick a mid and just have Razor go in the easy lane.
Or this could be an aggressive tri-lane Razor, too. You have to remember that. So, I've seen that run a couple of times. Mostly about Liquid, I think.
Dyer's pick.
But that was the ban on the offlane, so I don't really know what we should expect to see at this point. There's some really weird picks and bans in this. The Darkseer could jungle, the Nature's Prophet could jungle, even though it's not really as effective for either one of them. I think Darkseer might actually be able to jungle a little bit faster than Nature's Prophet, if only barely. Especially with Hand of Midas being picked up so frequently on Darkseer, too. This could be a Midas game that we see.
Yeah, probably. I mean, Darkseer, I'm really expecting him to go in the off lane. He's going to get a lot more levels there, and he's going to be able to contest farm a lot better than a Nature's Prophet would. And so by doing that, he still has a possibility to get Midas, but I wouldn't really bank on it.
Yeah. I mean, I've only seen a Midas on jungle Darkseer. I've never seen him pick up a Midas in the offlane because he farms really fast in the offlane. Don't get me wrong. But he farms a bit faster in the jungle, so he can get it at a decent time. Whereas it'd be kind of obscenely late if he did it in the offlane. And Phantom Assassin is going to be the next pickup, but I don't understand where they're going to try to run her. They really have kind of bogged down their team. They're going to have a dual lane with the Bane, and they're going to have Chen in the jungle, probably a mid-troll Warlord. I guess Lifestealer in the safe lane with the Bane, and Phantom Assassin off lane.
What I'm expecting at this point is they're probably going to have maybe an aggressive tri-lane. It's really hard to look at it. I mean, if you have... Maybe not. You have Chen in the jungle and you got Lifestealer and Bane on top. right?
Yeah, they can't really do an aggressive tri-lane. They just don't have the making
It's
for it.
at this point, it's really hard to tell what they're gonna do.
Reserve
I don't know. I
time.
And
just
then
feel like it's a really greedy lineup out of UoB. They have to get a lot of farm for this to work. Chen requires a lot of farm. Troll requires a little bit of farm. He can help the other carries come online faster, though. But Lifestealer and Phantom Assassin are some of the hardest carries in the game, in my opinion. So they just need so much farm to come online.
With the recent buff to Phantom Assassin, she's actually a little better in the mid game, but she still does need a lot of farm.
And they picked
And
up
there's
Oriki. Woo! Both teams have pretty greedy lineups right now. I don't really know what to expect. I think, I guess it'll be a safe lane Riki, mid Razor, a jungling. I want to say a jungling Darkseer. I do want to say a jungling Darkseer, even though it's really hard to pull off. Nature's Prophet would be easier to play in the jungle, but he won't get as much out of it. And a support Rubik. So again, greedy lineups for both sides, but maybe that'll make them both work. I think it'll just come down to execution at that point.
What we can see from both teams right now is, like, although they're both greedy, we can see that UoB is clearly a lot more greedy. You have a troll, a lifestealer, and a PA. And then you look at UC, they have a Ricky, who, I mean, really, he starts really coming out once he gets Diffusal. That's about it. And then you have Nature's Prophet, who really just farms by himself. And then you have Darkseer. And Razor doesn't really require that much farm. All he really needs is a lot of HP and tank.
All right. So while we're paused, I'm going to go ahead and do the introductions. We have Thor Chan on the Razor, Ozzy J on the Riki. Oh, that's a pretty sweet set on the Riki, too. Oh, wait, it's not a set. It's just one dagger in the helmet. The helmet threw me off. I thought it was a full set. We have Peroxide on the Nature's Prophet, Sherlock Matt on the Darkseer, and Cosmic on the Rubik. And on the side of UoB, we have This is Razor, the stand-in on Phantom Assassin, who actually does have some good items on there. Shadow Bune on the Lifestealer, Ninja on the Troll Warlord, OK Time for Plan Bird on the Bane, and Penguin on the Chen. So, I don't know, they're just pinging. I think they're not actually making a battle plan. I think they're just kind of having fun right now, and I can't really blame them. We're going to be waiting for potentially 2 full minutes, so I guess we'll just see what happens. But again, as I was saying, both teams have pretty greedy lineups right now. They both require a lot of farm to come online. So I'm kind of expecting this game to go kind of late.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, with all the carries currently in the game, it's definitely going to be one of those games. It's going to last at least 45 minutes long.
Yeah.
And as long as they get enough farm, I mean, it could end before the 1 hour mark, but it's definitely going to be a long game.
Yeah,
and
sorry,
I just want to point out real quick that if we look at Team UC, I personally think they have the advantage right now. Not to take sides, but I mean, just looking at all the heroes they have a lot of. They're really like a good like team universally. You have Ricky, who's really good in both team fights and just right-click damage. Then you have Rubik, who's made for team fights, and also Darkseer. And then there's Nature's Prophet, who's just going to push everywhere. And then there's Razor, who's just like, well, I'm going to help out, I'm going to push, and then I'm going to kill people too.
Yeah. I'm agreeing with you there. I definitely see an advantage for UC in this lineup with the Rubik to help steal the pretty much the biggest ult on the other team. Actually, if he could get an Oghanims, he could steal the 2 biggest ults in the same fight. He could get Hand of God and the Fiend's Grip. So that's helping them. And Ricky, he can carry really hard, and people forget that, but he's also really good at early aggression. So if he gets his farm at a quick enough time, then he can really get aggressive and probably secure an early game advantage. I definitely favor UC's lineup because they have better push. I think they have about the same carry potential, honestly, as the other team, especially with the Razor able to shut down the Lifestealer so easily.
At this point, really, it's we do see the advantage for UC, but all we can expect now is just some really good teamwork, and really, it's going to be skill based from here on out. Whether if UoB just like if they keep dying in the early game because they have this disadvantage, then we can't really expect them to actually come out ahead unless the game lasts for over an hour. But with UC, like they have a little bit more, like they're a lot more at ease because they have room for error with their advantage.
And it's kind of funny. I was saying the lineups are really greedy, and look at the courier on the UC side, the greedy Greevil. So yeah, this is going to be a
What a
mid-razor,
coincidence.
definitely. And yeah, this is going to be a jungling Darkseer, it looks like.
So it looks like we have Lifestealer, who might actually jungle. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
Or go the off lane. It's really hard to tell right now. Troll's definitely probably going to go mid.
Yeah.
Lifestealer's set up. It looks like he's going to go off lane. He's
You know-
got a salve and he's got tangos.
I think that that'll work pretty well, because I've seen lifestealers who go the off lane, and if they get an early orb of venom, not only can they hold their own, but they can sometimes get kills. So I think it'll work out pretty well if he goes off lane. It makes sense to run the Phantom Assassin in the safe lane, because I think the lifestealer is a little bit harder of a carry.
What's with all
But at the
this
same time, Phantom Assassin needs to come online, and she just wouldn't get the right farm if she went in the off lane.
Yeah, and she'll be able to get that farm against just a solo Darkseer, and they kind of expected this, which is good. And so by doing that, she is going to have farm. She's also going to have levels. And you can probably expect her to get level 6 around the same time that Darkseer does.
Yeah. And I might be wrong. This might be an offlane Darkseer. Yeah, that's what it's starting to look like.
No more bets, please.
So, it will be a offlane Darkseer and a... Why did he deny that rune? He denied that rune.
What room was it?
Regeneration.
Oh, probably
He just
because it's
killed it.
not very useful. He just doesn't want Razor to have it later,
I suppose.
in case, you know.
Yeah.
Looks
All
like
right.
Chen's going to go back to the jungle. Troll's going to go in, show a little bit of aggression by walking through the river.
Yeah. I mean, they can't really set anything up. I don't think... Chen doesn't have any kind of creeps yet, so he can't do anything. He's just going to, I guess, walk through casually to the jungle. And I guess this will be a jungling Nature's Prophet, which, again, I'm not a big fan of. I don't think it's very fast. And he's starting with the medium camp, which, I mean, I guess it'll work. But, I don't know. I haven't seen a Nature's Prophet run since 6.79 in the jungle. I'll be completely honest. So, it could work. It could be a little bit faster.
I did
with
it yesterday.
It could be a little bit faster with the way the camps changed. Did it work out pretty well for you?
Yeah, we won.
Oh, well, there we go then. I guess he's just... Yeah, he's going to rush his Midas, so we'll see what happens. Again, really thinking about it, I guess the changes to the big and medium camp being in this area... For some reason, my drawing tool is broken in Dota 2, but viewers, you know what I mean. In that area, I think that it could work out pretty well, because I guess it will farm faster if he can just micro his treants right.
Looks like Darkseer's winning the offlane. He's already got more last hits than the Razor does, and that's doing pretty good. And PA's only got 2 last hits. She's not really able to farm with that Ion Shell up.
Yeah. And that's kind of thing I was afraid of, is that Darkseer is so good at shutting down carries, especially carries that are melee like the Phantom Assassin. She can last hit with her Stifling Dagger, but, I mean, it's just so much harass. It's not going to be a fun lane for her.
Looks like we're going to have a little pick-off here. We got Chen
Yeah,
coming
the Chen's smoked up. He has a Centaur.
in. Right now,
think that
not
he's
looking
just,
too good. He's just waiting there.
Yeah, he's going to wait for the lane to push, and I guess he's going to come in, try to get a kill on that Razor, but we'll see what happens. And I think they're about to go in now. Nope. The lane's at equilibrium. Actually, still a little bit towards that tower. At this point, Chen's just
And
wasting
the
his
smoke's
time.
gone. Yeah.
Yeah, Chen's
The
just
smoke's
wasting
gone.
his time.
He's getting no levels, no experience. He's literally just standing there doing nothing.
Yeah, he would be better off trying to get a Wildkin and stacking a hard camp so he can get his quick mech up. But at this point, he really is just going to sit here and waste his time. And maybe they can go in now. Razor's getting pretty aggressive, but I don't know. We'll see. The Centaur's going to at least land a stomp. But they don't have any kind of follow-up, so Chen really did waste his time here. And I don't really know. I don't really understand the point behind sitting there for so long. It looks like maybe... No, there's not really much aggression in the bottom lane. They're really harassing out UoB, though. Both of them are at about half health. The Riki's still
Ricky's
mostly
already
full
got
health.
12 last hits. If you look at the last hits and denies, we already see that UC's got plenty of last hits right now. Just looking at it, we can already tell that they're using their early game advantage to, or their early game advantage to their advantage. It sounds kind of funny, but yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
And you're right. I mean, they're really starting to pull ahead already. And with this kind of lineup, you can't let that happen if you're UoB, because they're going to take that little advantage, and again, they're just going to stretch it and just make it gigantic. That's how Dota works. Take a little advantage, take an inch, make it a mile.
Tower's having
So-
technical difficulties.
I just heard Bastion say that somebody's having technical difficulties, but I don't see anybody disconnect, so I guess it's all right. But I don't know. Right now, I think this is going to be a pretty boring early game, to be completely honest. I feel like this is just going to be a lot of farming up. So
Looks like Razor's taking control of the mid lane.
Breaking through the structures.
Troll Warlord's not really doing so well. He doesn't have a lot of regen, and there he goes. He just
And-
dies right there.
wow.
That level
actually-
3 plasma field. That'll do
I
it.
I feel like I am actually full Toby mode because for the third game in a row I missed first blood.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was pretty quick. It wasn't even that big. He just
Yeah.
pressed Q.
I didn't even expect it, to be completely honest.
Looks
And
like
yeah, Nature's
Shin
probably
went up
just
to
got
try-
that regen rune, so he's gonna
Right.
be really
gonna be
happy in
able
the
to-
jungle
yeah.
right now. And Chen's just trying to farm up. That's all he can do. He's wanting to get that quick mech, and I don't think he has anything even.
Yeah,
Is there
he
anything on
went
the
top
courier?
to harass Darkseer a bit, but could not find him.
Yeah,
And
he's pretty poor.
didn't really do much.
I mean, he's level 3, which is good, but he's just not really finding what he needs to right now. He's
but
not
if you
gonna
look, if
get
you
his
look at
mech
it,
up.
he's got more last hits than Troll Warlord.
That's just. I don't want to sound mean, but that's just poor play on the Troll Warlord's part, really. I mean, he's 4-2, and I mean he's against a Razor, so it is kind of understandable because Razor is not fun to lane against. But I mean, he's just not last hitting properly, and that's all that comes down to. Down in bot, nothing really happening there. Again, I think this is going to be a pretty passive lane. It's kind of interesting seeing a dual lane versus dual lane like this. So
Yeah.
I honestly,
It's with the 6.79 update, we've seen a lot more dual lane matches lately.
yeah,
Because tri lanes are becoming a little more ineffective, considering that, with the small camp, with that little change, that does something. Because now the supports aren't able to get as much experience and money with just small camps. Like they're still able to pull, but not as much experience or money.
but I'm really confused right now. Maybe you can help me with this. The Bane keeps enfeebling the Rubik. Now, is that to stop the Rubik from harassing them?
Yeah,
because I
that
feel
is
like
correct.
I feel like they'd almost be better off just trying to enfeeble the Riki and trying to soak up the harass. Because really, the Riki getting last hits is not what you want. Because he is getting pretty much uncontested free farm, really. Because he
Well,
has
what-
30 last hits right now.
Well, they're trying to make a decision. You got either I'm going to deny them last hits, or I'm going to allow my carry to get some last hits without having to buy more regen.
Yeah, and Nature's Prophet has his hand in Midas sub, which is that's a really good time. I guess
Yeah.
the jungling is a lot more effective now as Nature's Prophet, because that's really crazy. I didn't expect it to like the 8-9 minute mark. So they're doing really well in the early game. They're really starting to pull ahead and get a really big advantage already. If you just let's look at the gold graph real quick. I know it's not going to be huge yet, but it's about 2,500 in favor of UC.
That's almost 3,000 actually.
Yeah, so they're really starting to pull ahead already. And I don't know.
It
I don't want
looks
to say.
like
And I
Chen
just
got picked off
Chen
by
got picked off,
Darkseer
yeah.
and Nature's Prophet.
yeah. So
I missed
yeah,
that.
they're
My
just.
bad.
I missed it too. Don't worry. But I don't know. This is just not looking good for UoB. I mean, this honestly hasn't felt like it's gone on this long. It's already gone on for 7 minutes. There are only 2 kills. It's not nearly as action-packed as our last game was. But again, you can really feel the game starting to slip away from UoB already.
Right. I mean, like we said, they do have the early game advantage. We can't really expect much from Lifestealer or Troll or PA until they get at least some farm. I mean, we now see treads on the Lifestealer, which is kind of late, and it looks like he's not going to be able to go for a minus, especially since he went off lane. So, like, he will have some farming troubles throughout the entire game.
It just looks like everybody's really poor right now on the side of UoB. I mean, Phantom Assassin's level 8. I guess that's pretty good, but there are already 2 people level
Although
8 on
she's level 8,
UC's
she
side.
doesn't have enough. She doesn't have a lot of damage. She doesn't have a lot of regen. All she has is
Yeah.
a salve and a wand, and she doesn't even have boots yet.
Yeah,
This is-
what she needs to do is what I would do at this point, sorry to overtalk you, but at this point, if I were her, I would just grab some regen and start spamming that Stifling Dagger, trying to harass out the Darkseer, outplay him in his own game.
Yeah. And now it looks like Chen's going to come up and try to get a kill on that Darkseer.
And he might succeed, too. There's the slow, there's the clap, but I think the PA actually missed the... Yeah, she accidentally misclicked when she did the Phantom Strike and didn't hit the Darkseer, so he's going to get away just barely. If she had landed that properly, then he'd probably be dead right now. But this is going to let her get a little bit of farm, even though Chen seems to be taking some of it. So we'll just see how that works. I don't think it's going to end up being anything big. It's just going to be a little bit of waste of Chen's time. And Troll Warlord went down when we were watching that, so just so much happening. This mid lane is not going well at all for the Troll Warlord.
Dire's mid tower won't last.
Yeah, Razor's already got his Ring of Aquila. He's already got his
And
mana boot.
look,
or
as
not
soon-
mana boots, phase boots.
As soon as he comes back into lane, he's already at 3/4 health, just because of that one plasma field. That's disgusting.
If you look at his items, he doesn't have boots. He only has one Tango left, and he only has a Poor Man's Shield,
I mean, he can
which
afford boots
hasn't really
now.
been helping him that much since most of Razor's damage that's been put on him is from the plasma fields.
Yeah, and he's not. Again, I don't feel like he's trying to last hit at all, because if you look, like if you were looking at what he was doing, he was just hitting that one creep. He wasn't trying to time his last hits at all. He could have gotten 2 easy last hits, and he just missed them. I don't know. I just feel like he is not playing the mid very well at all, and it's going to be to the detriment of UoB.
Looks like Prophet's gonna go in and take this double damage. Maybe, maybe not.
I think he's just going to protect it and wait for the Razor to come get it. Maybe. Oh, wait, no, he didn't TP through, did he? Well, I guess he was just...
Looks like
I don't know.
he's gonna come up and do stuff to this. Oh,
Yeah, the PA
that's
is going
unfortunate.
to... PA might die here. Though, she could
Oh,
come and
no.
get a return kill on the Nature's Prophet, and that'll be huge. Oh my god, that's gigantic for her. If she can get out, then she just got so much out of that. That was really
That's
aggressive from
definitely
Nature's
gonna help
Prophet,
her
too. He TP'd under their tower. That's... I don't know. I don't really think that's a good play on their part.
The biggest mistake that he made was missing his Sprout.
Yeah.
He used it on her, but it got him in there as well.
Yeah. So she was able to go ham on him with her crit. Again, I know that I said Phantom Assassin is one of the hardest carries in the game. However, that is not to ignore that she has some strong early game presence, even without items, because of her crit. It's just so ridiculous. And we might see a death here in the mid. Oh, no, he's not going to die for it.
One thing that we aren't seeing from this Nature's Prophet that I believe he needs to be doing, which he might be doing right now, is just pushing lanes. Like, UC has the early game, and by pushing lanes, he's going to be able to take have a bigger advantage. Just
Well,
by
I mean-
taking towers, which gives them more gold. And Nature's Prophet's able to do that. He's already got level 4 Nature's Call, so that's definitely going to help him out. He's able to split push.
As you say that, they are helping to push down this mid lane right now. They are going to at least get this down to half health. If not, maybe just go ahead and try to take it. They got the tier 1. They're working on the tier 2 right now. So, that's pretty good. The PA's having a little bit of trouble again up top. She's
Looks
down
like
to
this
half
Chin's
health.
probably going to go down.
Yeah?
There that is. Nature's Prophet stole the kill, like a boss.
Yeah. Click
But
or get
Razor's
money.
pissed, but yeah.
I don't know. Again, this is just shaping up to be a really bad matchup for UoB. Because they aren't quite playing their heroes correctly, if I'm going to be completely honest. Chen's trying to be aggressive, which is good. But he's not really able to follow up at all. I feel like
Looks
he should...
like Lifestealer got pushed out of lane bot.
Yeah, they're going to take this T1. But I feel like they should have... I don't know. Maybe just had the Chen try to farm up a mech quick. Like
12 minutes in, Ricky's already got a defusal. We can see this game going to be over pretty quickly.
Yeah, he has 71 last hits. He has almost perfect farm, to be completely honest. So he's going to have just a blast if he starts going ham now. And this top tower is probably going to go down to Darkseer. If he doesn't go ahead and die to this Phantom Assassin, I think he's going to get away, though, because of Surge.
And
But she could
there
try
we
to
go.
hard. Yeah, there's a TP in.
Yeah, that Fiend
the
Script's
Razor.
definitely going to do it for him. And Razor's top.
But we missed, apparently, while we looked away, to look at the top lane, there was a pick off bottom on the Riki, which is going to be really
Oh,
big. Again,
I
he
already
was pretty
watched
rich.
that.
Yeah,
I saw that.
so...
Yeah, they used Fiend Script, and then a Centaur stun. He couldn't do a thing.
Good play coming out of UoB, but I don't know if it's going to be enough, because, again, well, the Riki's going to be really big, and he can get really aggressive. I mean, what can they do, really, against a Razor and a Nature's Prophet? That's just not something you want to go up against, because he can shut down your carry, and then Nature's Prophet can just really just push you down to hell.
Looks
So-
like we got Chen and Friends bot pushing
Yeah.
the T1. Looks
They-
like they're going to want to try and get a gold advantage as well.
I don't know if they can
And-
take this necessarily, though.
Rubik is playing really aggressive because there is a Ricky.
Yeah. And
Looks
Riki's
like
probably
Ricky
going to get
might
this kill.
be able to get this.
Yeah. Oh, and he got the Fiend's Grip in that last fight, too, so he's going to get a return kill. That's
Yep,
really good
that'll
for
do
him.
it.
So,
Oh, you're dead. What a surprise.
yeah. Advantage going back in the way of UC? Well, it really never left their favor. They're more than 10,000 gold ahead at this point. And that's only 14 minutes in the game. They have a 4,000 experience lead as well. And, I mean, if you just look at their items, it's really not shaping up well. UoB just looks so poor right now. So,
Yep.
Dyer's mid-tower is
UC,
having
like
technical
we said, they had the advantage, and with Nature's Prophet, they're able to push these towers. Like they're already hitting in on these T2 towers.
oh, and a
And
Fiend's
it's
Grip
like
just got
Fiend's Grip
wasted
on
on the
an
illusion. Oh my lord, that's huge, and that's honestly really sad for them. That I don't know.
The Dyer best
I don't know what
about that
he was thinking doing that, but that's a pretty big waste. And he needs to go ahead and try to use another spell so Rubik doesn't rotate and steal it again.
Dyer's mid
But they denied the mid tower, but they're still going to lose their bottom tower too.
Yep.
They're just slowly
Bottom
losing
tower's
control of
gonna
this
go-
game. A game that we thought was going to be probably a 40-minute plus game
Yeah.
is quickly shaping up to end before the 30-minute mark.
UC is definitely pushing as much as they can.
I mean, you already have the mech up on the Darkseer. It looks like Peroxide on the Nature's Prophet is going for a Desolator, I believe. Or maybe even a Beacon. No, it should be a Desolator.
It's most likely probably going to be a Desolator.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised he's not going for a Necronomicon. Like, we don't really see Necronomicons that much. Like, that last game, we definitely saw him, but
Well, I don't know.
in the pro scene, I don't see them very often. And having him on Nature's Prophet actually provides great pushing power.
I'm going to disagree with you there. I've actually been watching a few pro games from the Nexon tournament that's been going on, and it feels like a lot of teams are trying to build necro buffs right now. So I don't know. I feel like it's starting to really come in favor as a strong item, and it looks like there might be a fight down here. But they picked off one of the chain creeps, but now they're just going to back off. I don't know. At some point, somebody should probably try to take Roshan. It'd be a way for UoB to get back, and it'd be a way for UC to try to secure their advantage and go ahead and take this last outer tower.
Looks like Phantom Assassin's just trying to get a little bit of this farm mid. She's still going for the Battle Fury, and she's quite a ways off, unfortunately.
Yeah, I feel like at this point she should probably stop going for that, because unless she can get it in the next 4 minutes, it's really not going to help a ton. It'll be a good fighting item, but they're going to pick off this Riki, maybe. Yeah, there goes the Fiend's Grip, and they're going to get the kill. And that goes to the Troll Warlord, which is exactly what they needed to have happen. The Rubik stole the Fiend's Grip again, though, and so he's just, whatever they want to do, like whenever they see somebody out, they're just going to pick him off again. Meanwhile, Darkseer just split pushing top. Doing what Darkseers do, man. Again, he's pretty rich, too. He already has his mech up. And, I don't know, I imagine that he's going to try to go for a hood into a Pipe of Insight next.
Maybe. I'm not so
Up.
sure about that.
Up top.
Looks like we're going to see...
Yep, Fiend's Grip.
There
This
it
is
is,
going to be
the
a
Fiend's
kill.
Grip.
Or it might not be a kill. She could get... Nope. Nature's Prophet's here. She's dead.
Nature's Prophet's here, saving the day.
Yep. And they're
There
going to
he
get the
goes.
Chen, too.
And Chen out
And
of position.
Rubik just picked up the Hand of God. And he's going to pick up that kill.
Very good use of his spell steal, Rubik. Always getting the good spells that he sees at a very good opportune time.
And they picked off all of the Chen army. So that's just... Chen's going to be worthless now. He can't get back in the jungle for a while to pick up another creep. So he's not going to be able to do anything. And look at this defensive warding by UoB. They put a ward on their own Omni to try to protect themselves.
Yeah. What we're seeing right now is they're trying to defend top. And look at their carries. They have no items. We see only a Phase Boots and a PMS on the Troll Warlord. And on PA, like, not even a Battle Fury. It's 18 minutes, and we don't see it. She doesn't even have the source for it yet. And so it looks like they're going to try and do a fight, but what they don't realize is that they're long gone. Looks like they're probably going to do Roshan.
Yeah, they're going to take Rosh on the Radiant side, and it's just... I don't know. I don't think they can contest it. I mean, they can even contest a game after that. They pretty much lost at this point, I'd say. But we have a PA bomb set up. So if she wants to, she could probably go in on one person if they don't get the entire team coming in behind them, and probably try to get a kill with the Lifestealer. But again, this Rosh is going to melt pretty quickly. Death Slater's already up on Nature's Prophet, so he's just going to deal so much damage to this. The illusions are helping to tank, so I don't know. There's just nothing they can really do. They can't come in and contest this. And Riki gets the Aegis, so I guess they're really depending on him to do a lot of damage. But and PA is going to get scared off by the Razor
Illusions.
You know that's bad when you start getting scared off by illusions. And there's going to be a Troll Whirler
And
pick
wow.
off here by the Riki.
Ricky.
That's just disgusting.
melts. That Diffusal will do it. And he's already got an Ultimate Orb. Looks like he may be going for,
I don't want to say Manta style, because that's a bit of an odd pickup, but...
yeah, I'm thinking it... Well, I'm not sure. It probably is Manta.
I don't know. What else can it be? I can't pull up the shop on my...
Oh, I can pull it up on mine.
Well, I can pull it up. I just can't like click and see the branches. Oh, there we go. I don't really think any of those options are particularly good. It could be.
It could be a Lincoln's.
I guess it could be a Lincoln's, but that's
It's not going to be
an
Scatty.
odd
It's
pick.
already got Diffusal.
Yeah. So I guess it's probably going to be a Lincoln's on him, unless he really wants to go Manta style. Which I mean, I guess it's not unheard of. It's just really strange.
Well,
And they're going to get a pick up on that Dark Seer, maybe. Nope. Never mind. They wasted
like
the Fiend's grip
PA's
on the.
dodging everything, but she's going to go down.
Yep.
And
It looks
there's
like
the
this.
Fiend's grip, but
Yep.
it
Life
does
Stealer
not
goes
do
down
much.
too. The Fiend's grip was
And-
wasted on the
oh,
Rubik,
Chin just
and
gets
the
away.
Nightmare was spent
Ricky's
on him
their
too, so
ass,
he couldn't
though.
do anything. But
And
we're
looks
both
like they're
talking
gonna
at the
take
same
the
time.
Rex.
Nobody could hear either one of us. But yeah, I think this is basically GG at this point. They use the Fiend's Grip and the Nightmare on Rubik just to stop him from getting any good spells, and so that means that everybody else is free to just absolutely destroy everybody.
Midtown
Yep.
won't last much longer.
So
20-minute racks.
yeah, they're just gonna rotate top, take this top racks, and this is gonna probably just, I don't know, be GG pretty soon, within the next 5 minutes, I'd say, because they're just gonna slow siege the space down, and it's gonna be over.
I'm eating a Tootsie Roll.
Tootsie Rolls are delicious. I'm gonna eat a Tootsie Roll too. Tootsie Rolls.
Yum, Tootsie Rolls.
Dire Tide, yum.
Dire Tide. Tootsie Rolls.
Dire Tide Tootsie Rolls. Tootsie Rolls gift Dire Tide.
And so they are dealing damage to the tower. Looks like UoB's just going to stand here.
Yeah.
Looks like they're just
They
going to stand
don't-
and
they don't
watch.
even have to
can't
really-
do anything.
Yeah. UC doesn't have to do anything but auto attack at this point, and UoB can't really defend because, well, they'll just get initiated on like right now.
Looks like Bane's
But it looks like PA's going to try to go ham, but PA, in trying to go ham, is going to go down. And so is this Life Stealer. They even dropped the wall for it. They didn't back for it, though. Riki's going to pick off the Bane. This is GG. They should just call it GG at this point. There's nothing they can do anymore.
Nothing left. Dire's top
And there's a GG.
Dire's
It's like
top
you
rack
predicted it.
didn't
I know. It's like I'm
guess what's
magical.
happening to Dire's bottom tap
It's the
half
Tootsie
full
Rolls.
radiant.
It's
Anyway,
got to be Tootsie
yeah,
Rolls.
that was a good game.
UC
I don't
versus UoB, and UC comes out the victor.
Yeah, I feel like UC really won that in the draft phase. UoB really
Most
didn't draft
definitely.
it like they needed to. They went a greedier lineup than UC, and UC was a little greedy too, don't get me wrong. Just not so much that they needed all of the farm. But
right.
anyway, I've been Rubica. Follow me at RubicaDota on Twitter. And this is my friend Superior JT. Follow him at Superior JT on Twitter. And we'll be back later. I think it's around maybe 5 o'clock Central Time, which is like 10 o'clock GMT, for round 3 of the UKGL. Thank you all for tuning in.